Hey guys, welcome to Unit 10 of Applying Numbers and Using Calculators. We are going to begin our unit with the start of units of measurement. So what is a measurement? It is an act of assigning a specific value to a physical variable. In other words, an action of measuring something. Therefore, measurement is extremely important because it can shape the way we think and interact every day. And with that being said, you have to have the appropriate units. It all started hundreds of years ago when people in different countries had different systems of measurement, but there was one similarity, that they were all based on human body, like the length of their arms or legs. Now the world has an official standard system of measurement, the metric system. It is an international decimal system of weights and measures. Here are some examples of the metric units that are being placed under three categories: length, mass, and volume, or capacity. The system is used in almost every country except for the United States, where they use inches, feet, miles, gallons, pounds, etc. One thing you don't have to worry about units is whether you're getting it right or wrong, because as long as it falls in the same category and you are comfortable with using it, you can use it. We can talk more about converting in the next unit, but now you can try to do some practice questions that I've posted, and thank you for listening.
So today we will learn about converting between metric units. 10.2. So the metric units. We use the metric units to convert between units. There are many metric units prefixes, and the basic ones that we learn in school are kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, and milli. Between deci and centi would be the base unit. Here's the metric units. As we go further to the left, it would be the bigger units, and further to the right would be the smaller units. So how to convert using the metric units? This is the metric units. The base units would be between deca and deci, and it would be meters, liters, and grams. So for instance, for every step down the staircase, we move these decimal point to the right, or just basically times it with 10. So, for instance, as from the base units to deci would be timing by 10, to centi would be timing by 100, and to milli would be timing by 1000. And for every step up the staircase, we move the decimal point to the left. As for instance, moving from base unit to deca would be divided by 10, to hecto would be dividing by 100, and to kilo would be dividing by 1000. Next on we will do an example of converting from 5 meters to millimeters. So here we have the metric units. The base unit this time would be meters. So firstly, let's start from the meter, or the base unit, and then move down to millimeters. So as we move down, we count the steps: 1, 2, and 3. So as there were 3 steps, this is equivalent to 1000. So in the 1000 there are 3 zeros equivalent to 3 steps. And also as it was going down, we would be adding zeros all timing by 1000. Therefore, to convert from meters to millimeters, we would take the meters and time it by 1000 to get millimeters. Therefore, it would be 5 times 1000 to equal to 5000 millimeters. So let's sum up. This is the metric units, with all the basic units that we learn in school: meters, grams, and liters. So as we move on to the right, it will be timing by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. But as we move on to the left, we'll be dividing by 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Next on, we will have exercises. Feel free to revise yourself with these examples. You can pause the video to do it yourself, and after a while I will reveal the answers by now. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation.
Welcome to Unit 10.3. It's about time. So what is time? The concept of time is self-evident. An hour consists of a certain number of minutes, a day of hours, and a year of days. Time is represented through change such as circular motion on the moon around Earth. Our whole life revolves around time. Therefore, we should all respect it and understand the value of it. There are two types of clocks, 12-hour clocks and 24-hour clocks. First is 12-hour clocks. The 12-hour clock starts at midnight and runs to 12 at midday. After 12:59, it goes back to 1 and runs to 12 again. Therefore, to differentiate the time, we now use AM to indicate before midday and PM after midday. It is now 24-hour clock. The 24-hour clock indicates the number of hours and minutes after midnight and has 4 digits. The first 2 digits tells the hours, the last 2 tell the minute. In the example, 17 means 5 p.m. and 42 means 42 minutes. Therefore, the time is 5:42 p.m. Timetables usually use the 24-hour clock to avoid confusion. So, how to calculate the time? The train left at 11:35 and arrived at 14:50. You should not be using calculators for this type of question. Break the journey into sections. Therefore, the total time is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Now is some realistic quiz, so you can do it. Goodbye.
Currency conversion. In this activity, you will learn how to convert money between different currencies using an exchange rate table and a calculator. Exchange rates are used to convert between one currency and another. They may vary all the time depending on what happens in the world stock exchange. For example, the exchange rate is 1 USD is equal to 23,632.5 BND. If you were asked how many BNDs are 27 USDs, just take the amount of money given times the exchange rate. That will give us $638,077.5. If you were asked how many USDs are 35 BNDs, then it's a bit harder. Take 1 divided by the exchange rate and then times the amount of money, and your answer is $0.00148. Next, we'll move on to 10.5, using a calculator efficiently. The aim of the topic is to make you aware of some of the keys on your calculator and how to use them to make calculations as efficiently as possible. For example, you have to calculate this calculation. If you use key in your calculator, like this, you will not get the correct answer. One method is to calculate the numerator first, then the denominator, and finally divide one by the other. By using bracket keys, you can do it all in one operation. It is also useful to check whether the answer is reasonable. The check should be a calculation that you can easily do in your head. Thanks for watching.